All right, guys, got to do this on the phone. So I want to do a little life update, whatever you want to call it. But for the guys out there that want to know if I'm going to make content, I'm going to make content. Just been extremely busy, and yeah. So first thing I want to touch base on the Eco Pro here. I had a lot of questions, wanting to know how the thing's holding up. Blah 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 blah. So we're gonna dig into it. As you guys can see underneath, I've got hydraulic leaking. Pump itself is leaking. I wish I could tell you the hours, but that fell off and I've got it shoved down here somewhere. Oh, let me see. It's not working anymore. But everything kind of happened at that 100-hour mark. See, it's 105. That was probably last winter, about the end of winter. The Kohler runs. It's it's the new Briggs and Stratton garbage. To be honest with you, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get either another one of these because they're so stinking cheap on eBay, or go with a Harbor Freight. Show you guys down here my little farmer fix. As you can see, I've got a wrench down here. The bottom hole, you can see where this is clean here. It just leaks oil. It just pours out the back case of it. So I've got the wrench on there because without the wrench on there, doesn't matter. I've tried Loctite, I've tried silicone, I've tried everything. The bolt just comes right out and it just pukes out oil from that bottom. So I'm gonna go and get this engine warranted at some point, but it's been kind of hard with it being that time of year where everybody's eating up the seasoned wood and the green wood right now for next year. So I haven't been able to get this thing out, and I want to get a replacement before I get it out and bring it to go get warranted. What else has been going on? So yeah, biggest thing, it doesn't go through that much hydraulic. Like I said, the pump's leaking. I've tightened the bolts, this, that, or the other thing. Everything else really has been good, to be completely honest. They tell you not to over tighten these bolts. I broke off 2-3 of them now. I've had to get the studs replaced. This is just from abuse. I've had this spring, I had I think 4 truck and pup loads of firewood going out to a gentleman, and he wanted 22-inch, and you get that big a piece of wood slamming against this guy, it broke off the ears. So I gave her a nice bubble gum. It still works and I want it. I did run with the chain as a marker, but the firewood would have a problem with tilting down and kind of falling in vertically. So it would come off here, get cut, and then it would basically lay on end. So then you'd have to flop it down every time. So this guy here kind of makes it fall down straight, if that makes any sense. So if you can keep that little tabby-do, it works good. I just replaced the belt for the 3rd time. I'm thinking I'm gonna go with a chain and get rid of this just mess. It's like $430, $480 every time a belt, and I mean, this thing might have 10-12 full cord on it, and it stuff gets lodged. I had really good luck with the rubber flap down here at the bottom, keeping everything to the belt instead of falling down. I mean, you can see this is all bent. just because this is continuously going, and if you get a chunk that just gets down, hits the ground, and gets wedged in there, it stops the belt. And then you've got to go over here and shut it off, and as you can see, the handle is gone because that's what it is. Down here you can see there's a little bolt down here. I've had this guy get broke off many times, and now I filled both sides, this pump side and the opposing side, with weld, so it doesn't shear off anymore, because taking it off after it shears is a pain in the butt, and it sheared off of there more times than not. And that's one thing that really kind of sucks, is having to take the pump off and everything else. You guys can kind of see the weld I've got just to the shaft, and like I said, I mean, the pillow block bearings and all that, that's all gonna be fine. You just take it off and buy new when it wears out finally. But like I said, I'm probably going to be getting a shaft, going to a chain drive if I don't upgrade in the future. Next issue that everybody kind of knows with these things, everybody's looking for a way around it, but you have got a chain. So this guy, the wood feeds in, all right, and you're not on a pulling chain right now. You're just on barely the teeth. So what I'm looking at maybe doing this year, I don't know yet, is perhaps taking this table and rotating it 180 degrees. That way it'll be on a pulling chain, pulling the wood into the processor, versus the way it is. It jumps the chain so stinking bad. Sometimes I have to get the tractor with the forks behind it and push the wood, in, all depending on if it has a dog leg on it, or if it's not perfectly straight, it has a problem. Generally, anything over 10 inches, I would say, there's no tensioner for it. The only way that I've been able to find tension is to put a bar right up here, push down on this, and then snug these bolts up. This tensioner here is ridiculous. I mean, if it had this tensioner on this side, tensioner on this side, then you could actually do something with it. But when you figure the chain, for the most part, is going this way, it's got no bite. It's got bite going reversed, but that's kind of where I am with that. I did buy 20 master links for the actual table chain, because I break off master links all the time. Everything else, as lucid as it is, has been great with this. My bar comes apart quite a bit. I mean, you could see it's got a couple little bends in it and everything else, which is to be expected when you got heavy equipment or anything like that. You're dropping logs on it, or as the logs are coming to you, it may fall off one end, which I'm about to the point of brazing or welding or doing something with this, because this side constantly is falling off. So that chain is getting driven, this one's not, and then the logs will fall in. So that's more or less on me, and doing a proper checkout of the machine. If you want to spend 40 minutes and make sure all your hardware is tight and everything else, that's one way to fix that. I did cut the flap. You can kind of see the splice cut here. It used to have a square chip dump basically off of it, so I cut that off. That way it blows in here. Realistically, what I'd like to actually do one of these days is put a square flat piece of metal from about here into the pan, because this bottom is flat. It loads up with chips. The chips go about this high, and then it just starts blowing all the chips and everything into your hopper, and that makes your wood dirtier than it is. The battery quit. Well, the starter quit. I don't know if the battery's junk or whatever, but I just pull start it now. That quit about a month after getting it. I did add a set of grizzly bars, as some of you know. That has been huge. As you guys can see underneath the pile, we got a little bit of crap, just a little bit. But for the amount of time this machine runs, it's huge. And I actually just removed, you can see right behind the splitter there, that's all the trash that's out of my wood. And I've also got a compost pile way, it's over here somewhere. So I'm putting all my sawdust, everything else, all the bark, and splinters and everything else that comes off the grizzly bars. I'm putting that all into compost. Gonna try to make something happen with that this year. So that is the update. Actually, I might be able to show you guys. Kind of see she's low right now. And like I said, this has not been running for about a week or so now. And we haven't got any rain, so everything that's underneath there is fresh. Trying to think what else we've got here new. I guess we'll go over and look at the newest, latest, greatest purchase that I've made. Gonna hopefully be able to get a lot more wood out. So this guy, I'm in the middle of doing a Craigslist rebuild to it. Yeah, instead of it being multicolored, this is a Timberjack 450B skidder, 1990s. So it was all whatever, red and gray and everything else. So I'm in the middle of giving her the old spray can treatment to try to get her one color. The engine is out. I actually blew it up right as soon as I got it off the tractor trailer. So thank the good Lord I was able to get it off the trailer. Within an hour. It was $400 an hour just to haul it here. You guys can see the side that I haven't done the old Craigslist rebuild to yet, but yeah, hopefully we're gonna be able to move some more wood, put this up on the hill, and I've got a couple other hardwood spots here that I need to get some wood out, and that'll keep the tractor here at the wood yard and the skidder in the woods, if that makes any sense. So going on about the skidder, I bought it with a knock. It sounded injector knock to me. It ended up being a rod getting enlarged, and that ended up smacking up a valve. And yeah, so I've got to get a head for it. I'm going to be miking the cylinders, making sure they're not too ovaled out. If they're not, I'm going to go and get the Cummins rebuild kit with the liners, the pistons, the whole 9 yards. Of course, the liners mean nothing because you've got to machine it out in order to drop the sleeves. But so if they're not too ovaled out, we'll be doing that, as long as the crank and everything else looks good. So far it does. But this is what we got left for the season. I had both these bins filled this year. Seasoning in these bins have been very good. The bottom wood's still having a bit of a moisture issue. This bin not so much. That bin, until I can get the trees cut off that hill a little bit more, so it gets a little bit more sun, I think that'll fix that issue. But yeah, we've got maybe 4 or 5 cord more in this bin, and the goal that I'm looking to do for next year, which I've already started because the skidder was coming in, I was wanting to get some close wood. Like I said, I knew it had a bit of a knock, but I started cutting all these trees basically from here over to the processor, because I want to continue making bins. Maybe add one more. You can see I kind of scraped the ground off right here because I was thinking adding another bin, but you can already see the shadow, and we're only at 10 o'clock right now, so that'll go away as the sun rises. But nonetheless, what is it, one more bin here, and then hopefully 3 more bins. But I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence about the bins. I'd really like to get into just selling straight green wood, just because of the amount of crap you go through with people. Not that I've had much issue, but it's hard to keep track. It's easy to oversell, and I mean, yeah, especially when you get order after order after order, and you've got a week worth of orders, and you're at the point where I am, and you get to, you know, the last individual or even a middle individual, and they want more than they ordered, which, you know, I've had that happen quite a few times, and I have to get the other orders done, and then I can kind of give him what's left or whatever. But it's just a pain in the butt. So I don't know if I'm going to get out of the season side and just do the green, but it's just a hectic time of year. So but yeah, this is the excitement for me, at least. This is going to change quite a bit. Hopefully I have some good luck with her. I know I need to get a rotating seal kit for the back grapple. The rotation assembly inside is she's pooched. You can see she's got quite a bit of oil underneath it. That, and you can see that tire, she's definitely seen better days. But so far I've only had luck finding tires at $2,500. I'm hoping to find some used ones. $2,500 a tire. But if I can get two used ones, I got to make some calls today, and at least get through this winter. You know, be a little bit better off. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing new Lexan on the windshield. She's a gem. And it's got heat. Or it had heat. We'll see if we can get heat back in it. She's been sitting a while. This was a stop on the side of the road and ask if they're selling it deal. It wasn't listed or anything like that, but the individual bought it himself with a knock off a local logger here. So he bought it and parked it and planned on getting to it, but never did. So now it's my problem. So, but I'm hoping by the time it's all done, it's shooting really low, but I'm hoping to have less than $10,000 into it. I was able to get it for $6 running And like I said, if I could figure out how to insert pictures, I can show you guys the pistons, the head, the yeah. But I'm hoping the bottom end's savable. It all depends on the crank. If I can get all the bits, and yeah. Either way, guys, I wanted to at least touch base with y'all, let y'all know. I've had a pile of content I know that I could have been filming, but and maybe I will. It's really a camera issue more or less at the time. So God bless y'all, and we will see you next time.